Point of view. You are now sitting in healthy tension that the conditioned version of you is somewhat trying to run away from. Somebody just said something to you and you didn't like it. What would you normally do? Shut down. Stay silent. Maybe even appease and pretend that it was okay. Just to ease the tension. But what are you doing now? Not the same thing you've always done. No, absolutely fucking not. Now you're communicating what it is that you dislike. Why? Because you're healing and you're realizing that you're not in your fucked up survival based traumatic childhood anymore. No, you're grown. You're an adult, whether a man or a woman. You're not the good little boy or girl anymore that just stays silent and accepts and tolerates all the abuse. No more gaslighting. No more being talked to however people want to talk to you. No, you're speaking up now. You're saying, hey, I don't like that. Oh, but you liked it yesterday. No, I didn't. I was just appeasing. And I do take responsibility for not being congruent with how I actually felt about it. But quite honestly, I've never fucking liked it. But now that I'm healing and I'm realizing that I can sit inside of this tension that I learned to disregard in childhood, I learned to be the peacekeeper. I learned to stay silent and not say anything, not say how I'm feeling. But now I'm older. Now I'm like, oh, wait a second. I choose me. I choose the congruency of my intuition. And when my intuition screams at me, hey, listen, you need to do something about this because this person's disrespectful. They're disrespecting you. They're violating your boundaries. It's not acceptable. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Let's, hey, excuse me. Yeah, you're not going to talk to me that way. Period. Just take it. Just take it. No, no. Will not. Oh, you're going to make a big deal out of it? You're so fucking sensitive. Right. Why don't you continue talking and tell me more about yourself? Because that's all you're doing. If somebody talks to you in a way that you don't like, and they're reactive when you communicate a way that they would need to change their behavior and how they talk to you, it has so much more to do with them. And I would say that it has nothing to do with you at all. Like everything that they say beyond that point of you communicating how it is that you want to be talked to, how it is that you want to be treated, that's their shit. They're just exposing themselves. I mean, it was there from the start. If they were disrespectful to you, that means that they lack healthy boundaries. It doesn't matter if it's joking or not. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And if you don't like it, you have every right to communicate that. You're allowed to not like it. You're allowed to not like something that someone says to you. You're not too sensitive. You're not making a big deal out of something. You're not ruining the situation. They're just not happy that they can't treat you however they want to. Because they're not interested in doing better. They're not interested in being better for themselves. And by the way, this is how they treat themselves. They don't like themselves. That's why they're disrespecting you. Because they lack healthy boundaries and they lack a healthy way of dealing with their own shit. So now you're sitting inside of this tension that you created. It's a healthy tension, by the way. It's not good or bad or right or wrong. None of this stuff really is. It's just healthy or unhealthy. And there is a spectrum. But now you're sitting in it. You're like, wow, I can't believe I just said that. That was very empowering. This was, or this is, what the little me needed in childhood that I didn't have, that I couldn't get. And I'm being that, and I'm stepping inside of that empowering energy, that empowering dynamic of, wow, I can do so much better for myself. I don't have to just deal with the way that people treat me. And that's the reality of it. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to listen to my intuition that is now speaking out, and I'm going to be present with that. And I'm going to be like, I don't like the way that you talk to me, whether it's joking or not. And I am allowed to not like it. I'm allowed to communicate dislike for it. And if you respect me, if you care about having a relationship with me, you will adjust. Tension set. Sitting in the tension is the fascinating thing, because what I've found happens oftentimes is that when you're in that tension, there might be an older version of you that gets really uncomfortable with it. And what are you used to doing? You're used to eliminating the tension. You're used to being the peacekeeper. You're used to being the person that says, fine, okay, you can treat me however you want to. Just please don't leave me. I don't want you to leave me. I don't want anyone to leave me. I'll give in. It's okay. You can talk to me however you want to. No. I'm going to sit in that tension. I'm going to sit in the dynamic of everything that I'm thinking and feeling. I'm going to be present with it. I'm going to allow it to remain there. And whatever is said from the other person past that point, okay, all right, no problem. And so that's what this whole dynamic is all about. And being aware of that, being present with that, is what's necessary. And I'm just so fascinated by how much an entire situation and dynamic can transform simply because you are present with the tension and you allow that tension to be there. The tension is the key, it's the ticket, it's the transformational experience. That is what changes everything. And the more you sit inside of that, the more it kind of balances out. Think of it this way, it's almost potentially like a mountain, a really intimidating mountain. Maybe it's like Everest or Kilimanjaro. Like you're looking at it in front of you and you're like, oh my God, look at this thing. And it's so intimidating that it wants to push you back into the ways that things were. It wants to keep you safe. It's like a safety mechanism, right? Your mind is like, oh, wait a second, there's tension here. I need to alleviate this tension. I need to get rid of this tension. So, what do I need to do to get rid of this tension? I need to appease. I need to give in to the ways that things were. That's what the automatic program runs. But it's not true. All you have to do is sit inside of the tension. All you have to do is be present with the tension and allow the tension to be there. Apologize for the background noise. There is a truck unloading something. Tension. I am not in control of that. I am in a community center. But this is the way that it works. Being present with the tension and just allowing the tension to be there. The tension, because of what it is that you're used to, will want to keep you safe. Safe. Will want to get you to back out of the entire dynamic. Stay present with it. Stay in it. There's only tension there because you might feel guilty or ashamed of yourself for communicating that you don't want to be treated the way that you have. And so that's exactly how this works.